good news, weather, sports, events, cooking, music, and more right here on your Madison County Weather Channel. Watch at MadisonKYLive.com, YouTube, Facebook, and Roku. Madison County Emergency Management wants to remind you, know your zone. Check them out, Madison County Emergency Management, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
The Home and Community-Based Waiver Program, funded by Medicaid and administered through the Madison County Health Department, enables senior adults or persons of any age with disabilities to continue to live in their own homes. Attendant care services include light housekeeping, personal care assistance, mobility assistance, and other services. Call the Home and Community-Based Waiver Program today to speak to program staff at 859-623-3441. That's 859-623-3441. 3441.
Madison County Live and Good News is brought to you by these great sponsors. Hello everybody and welcome to this special edition of the Madison County Live Saturday edition for July the 8th. Hey folks, check out that weather cam forecast and weather forecast at MadisonKYLive.com and look at all of our great weather cams and our live cameras around Madison County. Hey folks, and also we are doing a bunch of stuff on the show today. We've got the sights and sound of the 2023 Berea Craft Festival. You're not going to miss that. That's great. Thanks to Berea Tourism for providing photographs and video. And also, we have a very special segment with Madison County Historical Society Sharon Graves about some very special donated items from the Battle of Richmond from the actual site from Mr. Wagers. You're not going to miss that too. So stay tuned, everybody, for Exercise with Candace and, of course, the Cain Pole Fishing Report, as well as a very safe grilling segment from the Richmond Fire Department. Coming up next, folks. Stay tuned. Visit MadisonKYLive.com 24/7 and watch good news, local weather forecasts, daily sports updates, and upcoming events 24/7. Madison County Live. It's good news. Madison County Live and Good News is brought to you by these great sponsors. Hey folks, welcome back to a very special Saturday edition of Madison County Live here in the county. Make sure you check out MadisonKYLive.com for all of the live cams that we have around Madison County. More of those are going to be going up in the future. And check out the weather cam forecast too right there at MadisonKYLive.com. Folks, we have a very special show today. As you can see, I am Colleen. I gave her some time off, so that's what I am. I'm special that way. Folks, we have a very special segment from our friend Corey Lewis, PIO officer for the Richmond City Fire Department, and we talked about a very special grilling safety segment here from the Richmond Fire Department. Watch this. Be safe this grilling and cooking season.
Welcome everyone to Madison County Live. I'm so pleased to have Corey Lewis back in the studio with us. He is the Public Information Officer for the City of Richmond Fire Department. Hey. Corey, thanks for being here.
Yep, glad to be here.
All right, we are in the heat of summer, which means people are wanting to be outdoors and they're wanting to do a little grilling. So
I myself partake in quite a bit of grilling and smoking of meats. And yes, this is a prime time for that to occur. We see lots of people getting out, enjoying this beautiful weather, and choosing choosing to have picnics and barbecues, and we just want to encourage all of your viewers to do that in a safe manner.
Okay, so walk us through some of those tips, because I know we're eager to get out, and a lot of times we're preparing that food, we're getting everything ready, but we may not necessarily have safety in mind at that point.
Fire safety is very important. We do see an increase in barbecue fires related to outdoor cooking this time of year, and we want to encourage those listeners and your viewers to do things in a safe manner. Okay. One of those biggest things that they can do, one of the most important, is to not ensure that they aren't barbecuing right up against their home. If your home's made of vinyl siding, even brick, if your grill sits within a couple feet of your home, you're putting yourself at risk. Sure. If you have a grease fire in the grill, it's then going to and could extend into your home. So we say pull those grills away from the house themselves. Many of those grills are using propane as storage. Ensure that you know how to light your grill appropriately. Ensure that you're turning the gas on and off after each use. That way there's no chance of leaking and then finding some sort of source of fire and reigniting after you think you've turned your grill off.
You think you're done. When you talk about proximity to the house, Corey, about how far away from the home should we be?
Great question. We want to encourage people to be 10 feet away from their home with that grill.
Very good.
Oftentimes you'll be grilling on your deck. What your deck is made of wood, it is also a material that can burn. So using some precautions there as well, not emptying grease traps in grills, cleaning grills regularly to ensure there's not a buildup of grease on that grill will hopefully ensure your barbecue doesn't go up in flames.
It will. Okay, Corey, do you have any special barbecue tips for us? Because I know this is something you like to do.
I myself craft my own barbecue sauce. I think it's important that you do what you like.
Okay.
Right? Do those things that you like. If it's burgers and hot dogs,
that's right. He's not going to share his tips, but we know maybe we can.
It is a secret sauce.
It is a secret. It's a secret sauce for sure.
We share the sauce. We don't share the recipe.
There we go. I love that. As always, you come to us with great information, keeping our community safe. We appreciate everything that the Richmond Fire Department does, and for sharing these tips here with us.
Thanks for your time this morning.
All right. Folks, we'll be right back.
Thanks to Corey Lewis with the Richmond Fire Department for coming in the studio and talking about very special grilling safety. Be safe out there, folks. If you have any questions, please give your local fire department a call. They're here to help you. And for emergencies, please dial 911. Folks, we have some very special things going on. Tomorrow is the last day for the Berea Arts and Crafts Festival 2023. Watch this video about some pictures that includes some pictures from the Berea Tourism Department and some video, and thanks those for contributing that. So stay tuned. What's this? Madison County Live. And good news is brought to you by these great sponsors. Thanks for Berea Tourism for donating those pictures and videos about the Berea Craft Festival. You still have an opportunity, folks. Sunday, all day Sunday. Check it out for more information. Check out the Berea Craft Festival information at Berea Tourism Facebook page, and of course, visit Berea.com. Folks, we have a very special segment coming up next. Sharon Graves with the Madison County Historical Society got a special donation from Charlie Wagers for the Battle of Richmond Museum, and she is here to talk about that. I went to talk to her in the archives of Madison County. You're not going to miss that. Watch this.
I'm Sharon Graves. I'm president of the Madison County Historical Society, and I also work for the City of Richmond part-time as the Historical Properties Interpreter.
Madison County Live. And good news is brought to you by these great sponsors. So you got some donations from Mr. Wagers. So tell us about that and tell us how all that came about.
I've known Charlie for several years, and Charlie has a great interest in Madison County history, even though he lives in Fairfield, Ohio, and has lived there for most of his adult life. And Charlie and I have been talking about this collection for a number of years. He has wanted to bring it back to Madison County, but its time has never been right. But now that his health is not the best, he's decided it's a good time that he can see it brought back here. And so he I contacted him to check on him. He said, Sharon, it's time. And so we got together. He has an attorney friend in Owensboro, worked out all the paperwork, along with George Nelson Ridings, who's the president of the Battle of Richmond Association, and his father, who is good friends with Charlie, and Herschel Sparks. We drove up there on a Friday. Went through the artifacts one by one. Charlie told stories about each one of them. I videotaped it, so we have provenance of every item, and we brought them back, and they're stored in the vaults of City Hall until we can get proper display arranged at the Battle of Richmond Visitor Center. There are numerous items. Several of them he had in display cases already, and so he sent the display cases with us. But the main items that you see in the pictures, there are 3 guns. 2 are rifles, one's a musket. One is an 1850s Harper's Ferry musket that was used by the Confederates. It was cut off, so we know the cavalry would have used it because they needed shorter rifles, or muskets rather. And that was picked up on the battlefield by an enslaved man that belonged to the Covington family. It passed down through that enslaved man's family to the 1950s, and then Charlie was given it by a direct descendant of the Covington man. And so he has had that in his possession ever since. So it has a good provenance on it, directly off the field. Now, a lot of the items Charlie dug on the farm, that is now Battlefield Park, because his family was very good friends with the Herndons. Okay. And so they allowed him to come out, and whatever he found, they allowed him to keep it.
Very nice.
So one of the items is a fragment of a cannonball that was found in the front yard. He feels that's possibly the one that hit the side of the Pleasant View house and bounced off. He feels very comfortable in saying that's a probability. There's also a canteen that was found on the battlefield. It's Confederate because it's wooden. Has 2 names on it. Blair is on one side, Broadfoot is on the other. We have researched those. The Broadfoot we have identified as being at the battle. I can't remember the names. Blair, there's so many of them that we can't put him at the battle. And because there's 2 names on it, it was probably lost in battle and somebody else picked it up and kept it. There's also 2 Yankee canteens that were metal, and so they're rusted a bit. There is a D Guard saber that was Confederate, and that's one of the big items in the collection, as is the wooden canteen.
What's the plan in the future? Can you give us some ETA or anything like that?
Can't give you an ETA because the city has taken over Battlefield, or it's been given Battlefield Park by the county. There's some updates going on in the security, and we want to make sure that is all correct before we do anything out at the visitor center. Proper display cases and interpretation is going to have to take place as well. So do not have an ETA. We hope to have some of the items on display at the Battle of Richmond reenactment in August.
Cool.
We'll have those at Pleasant View. We do have the open forum, and that's on July the 13th at the Richmond Library, 5:30. Refreshments are served, and we do have door prizes this time.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so make sure you can come. It's open, free to the public. We want everybody to show up. And it's just for the purpose of discussing history. Sure. There'll be a short agenda telling everyone what the Historical Society has accomplished, or has done, or is working on, and then gauging everybody's interest, and we'll talk about just whatever comes up. Last time we did it in January, we had about 25 people show up, and we've got a lot of interest. A lot of different people had different interests. And then August the 5th, which is a Saturday, is our annual recognition program. There will be a press release next week with the award winners in that. Excellent. We're on Facebook, and we also have an email address, which is info@MadisonCountyHistory.org. We do not have a permanent location, so the best way to reach us is through the website or through the email, and then we'll get back to you.
All right, Sharon, is there anything that I may have forgot to mention that you want to mention?
We're very indebted to Charlie for making sure that this collection gets back to Madison County. It is on loan. We do not know how long we'll have it, but it has been documented, and we feel certain that, and not only, there's another item that I have not seen yet. It's an officer's field desk that was found in a barn at Kingston that we feel certain was left from the Battle of Richmond as well. So we do not have that yet in our possession. And he also found a lot of broad axes that were found on the farm, so those had been there at the around that time.
Right. Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Sharon.
Oh, thank you.
Madison County Live and Good News is brought to you by these great sponsors. Thanks to Sharon, and for more information, make sure you check out the Madison County Historical Society, because those things, like she said, the exhibits are in process. They've been donated. They are on the big special vault in Richmond City Hall, so that's going to be really interesting of artifacts actually found in Madison County on the battlefield. So that is really, really cool. And for more information about the Madison County Historical Society, check them out, Madison County Historical Society on Facebook. Folks, we've got a very special segment here, our Exercise with Candace segment, coming up next. Madison County Live and Good News is brought to you by these great sponsors.
Hey y'all, it's time to exercise with Candace. Today we're going to work on rowing. Now, you don't really need a row machine to get your row in. You're just going to bring your arms back, keep your elbows close to your body. You can even pinch your shoulder blades together. Awesome. Let's do about 5 more. Come on, push through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Go be great. Push through things that are hard. Be excellent to each other. Have a great one, y'all.
Madison County Live and Good News is brought to you by these great sponsors. Thanks to Candace, and always you can check out Candace's playlist on her YouTube channel and at MadisonKYLive.com. It's the Exercise with Candace playlist. But remember, folks, consult your physician if you ever have any questions about physical strenuous exercises before you get that started. Folks, thanks for watching the show. We're going to wrap up everything with the Cain Pole Fishing Report. Please be kind. Treat others how you want to be treated. Check on your neighbor because they just might need something. We'll see you Monday morning, folks, bright and early, 6:30 a.m. for Good Morning Madison County. Have a great rest of your weekend. Madison County Live and Good News is brought to you by these great sponsors. The weekly Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Fishing Report, brought to you by the Cain Pole in Southern Hills Plaza.
This is Jeff Crosby with the Central District Fishing Report. Lake temperatures across the district are running in the mid-70s to lower 80s. Bass fishing at many area lakes is good. Consider Taylorsville, Harrington, Gist Creek, Bullock Pen, or Kincaid for your next bass fishing trip. Crankbaits, spinner baits, or swim baits are productive right now when fished along main lake banks, and especially the points entering into many of the coves and pockets at these lakes. Soft plastics are also productive when fished around shoreline cover, fallen trees, or brush piles. Crappie are still being caught at many area lakes like Taylorsville, Bolts, and Beaver Lakes. Try your luck fishing with live minnows around brush piles. Also, casting a crappie jig could also be productive this time of year. Bluegill and red ear can also be caught at many of our area lakes, such as Corinth, Beaver, Elmer Davis, McNeely, and Bolts Lakes. These fish can be caught on redworms, crickets, mealworms, or waxworms. Fish around the edge of aquatic vegetation or around any type of habitat, brush piles, for catching a few of these fish. Channel catfish and blue cats are being caught at Taylorsville Lake. Try your luck fishing cut bait, that's cut shad, in about 8 to 12 foot of water while fishing this along the edges of the flats along the river channel edge. And finally, don't forget about your local Fins Lakes. They have been stocked with channel catfish over recent months. It's a great time to get out and catch a few of these channel catfish. They can be caught on a variety of lures such as night crawlers, chicken liver, or any commercially produced catfish bait that can be purchased at your local department store. Check out the department's website at fw.ky.gov for a complete list of Fins Lakes in your area. So grab a pole, enjoy some great summer fishing, and I do hope to see you on the water.
This is Caleb Bentley with the Kentucky Stocking Report. This week across the state, we stocked rainbow trout. Rainbow trout were stocked in Lake Cumberland tailwaters, Harrington Lake tailwaters, Royal Springs, Nolan Lake tailwaters, Lynn Camp Creek, Roundstone Creek, Otter Creek on Fort Knox, Casey Creek, Trammell Creek, Sulphur Springs, and Jennings Creek. Good luck fishing and stay safe.
Alert FM is your new device for in-home emergency alerts, provided by Madison County Emergency Management Agency and the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program, or CSEP. This device will alert you to chemical emergencies at the Bluegrass Army Depot, as well as severe weather impacting Madison County, Kentucky. These devices should stay with the home or business they were shipped to, because they will only work in the zone they are programmed for. Wondering about your old Advisor Alert radio? We will properly recycle these old units. Simply drop yours off to a recycling container at one of these locations. Madison County Emergency Operations Center, Madison County Road Department North, Madison County Road Department South, or Berea Utilities. If you need further assistance or have questions about Alert FM, please contact Madison County EMA CSEP. Madison County EMA CSEP, your partner in preparedness.
Things that folks need: food, shelter, clothing, medical care, transportation, and more. That's where the GoDirectory.info website comes in. Community agencies and churches are providing services that folks need across Madison and Estill counties, including Richmond, Berea, and Irvin, while bringing everyone together for the common good. Visit GoDirectory.info now and see how you or your agency and organization can make our community stronger by combining all of our individual strengths into one solid, purpose-driven mission.
Becoming a new parent can be an overwhelming experience, and babies don't come with instruction manuals. The HANDS program is available to answer your questions and provide you with the needed support. The HANDS program is free and available to new and expectant moms and for dads by joining the program during pregnancy or any time before the child is 3 months old. Let us help you handle the stresses that new families face by calling the Madison County Health Department, 859-626-4263.
Metro Net Fiber. Love your internet. 100% fiber optic network for home, office, education, and business.
The Home and Community-Based Waiver Program, funded by Medicaid and administered through the Madison County Health Department, enables senior adults or persons of any age with disabilities to continue to live in their own homes. Attendant care services include light housekeeping, personal care assistance, mobility assistance, and other services. Call the Home and Community-Based Waiver Program today to speak to program staff at 859-623-3441. That's 859-623-3441.
Good news, weather, sports, events, cooking, music, and more right here on your Madison County Weather Channel. Watch at MadisonKYLive.com, YouTube, Facebook, and Roku. Visit MadisonKYLive.com 24/7 and watch good news, local weather forecasts, daily sports updates, and upcoming events 24/7. Madison County Live. It's good news.